You might be wondering why I'm sat amongst all these turkeys. We came to the UK's best turkey farm to find out what it takes to rear and prepare turkeys for the most important meal of the year. All right? Oh. Good morning from Copas Farm. Peaceful as it looks, this is home to 60,000 turkeys. And for a turkey farmer, it all comes down to Christmas.
Get in.
I'm Tom Copas. I'm a turkey farmer. Every day in December is a Monday. Weekends aren't an excuse for us. There's non-stop. We can't move Christmas.
Most of us might only think about turkeys during the holidays, but for Tom and his team at Copas, it's a year-round job.
The turkeys are with us for about 26 weeks. This starts at the end of May, beginning of June. So they arrive on the farm, little day-old poults, cheep, 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 really cute and fluffy. After the first week, we then let the turkeys out their rings, and they go, whoa, this is amazing! Charge around the shed. Next step, we then introduce natural light and ventilation. This is generally between 5 to 6 weeks old. Once they're ready to move out, we then move them out to their polytunnels and their rearing facilities, and we keep them inside those for 1 week. First of all, they're going to be on deep straw bedding for the first time. Also just them learning where their food and water is as well. We then take the fences away and the turkeys then freely move around, go in and out the polytunnels 24/7 as they wish. But it's amazing as well because at night time, they all go back in the house together. So they definitely do treat it as home. As it's a family business, we've been producing turkeys here at King's Coppice since 1957. Dad got into it by proxy when he was 16. One of Dad's straplines was I don't want the customers to be satisfied, I want it to be ecstatic. Kind of something to live by, it's up on the wall in the office and something we always strive for.
Copas turkeys are free to run around, but they still need looking after. The main man on the ground is Ollie, who gave me a first-hand lesson on how to look after turkeys. And I had a lot to learn.
We start at 7:30, 8 o'clock-ish, and we have 4 sites that we rear turkeys on. Me and my team check the birds, and then we crack on with other farm and estate jobs through the day, and then check the birds at lunchtime, and then do a last check at night. They're always happy to see you, which is nice. The funniest part is probably just how inquisitive they are, and they're always coming to peck you.
There are 60,000 birds. How do you check all of them?
If there's a problem with one, you'll see it. Generally, it's pretty clear if they're not happy. As long as they've got good food, good water, and a fresh bed, they're pretty happy.
It's been about best part of 10 years now we've been purely free range. Fundamentally, we do find that turkeys just want to be outside. They do better outside. It was the old school way of thinking was that turkeys were reared inside. It's just the way things were done. But you can see when we first moved the turkeys out, they're ready to go outside. All the the niggles, all the little challenges they have suddenly just disappear.
The turkeys prefer the fresh air, but it means that security for the precious flock is important.
We have our guard alpacas, which are our main fox deterrent. The alpacas can be a bit frosty to people, but the turkeys get on amazingly well with them.
And it's not just foxes that Copas has to watch out for. If they're not careful, disease can sweep through a flock in an instant, ruining Christmas for the farm and countless families.
The nature of our business is so seasonal. We have 1 flock a year, that's it. 1 harvest, it's just for Christmas. And all it takes is 10 milligrams of infected matter to infect a whole flock. And you can see 80% plus mortality across the flock as that takes hold. So it really is truly devastating. So it's always a bit of a relief to get through Christmas.
One of the ways that they reduce the risk is by laying fresh bedding each day.
So as you can see, Jamie's spread the straw and it's left it in a bit in heaps in the middle. Right. So we need to give it a rake around, spread it to the edges, spread it around the feeders and drinkers that get particularly wet, keep all the straw nice and fresh.
Let's do it.
Sure, it's a hard work.
It is quite hard, actually. I don't do this much manual labour.
These are feeders with an automatic feed system to top the feeders up, which we run once a day, and then that gives them enough food through to the following morning. The red drinkers here, they automatically top up, so it keeps it a constant fresh supply of water. So as you can hear, the feed auger's just started.
That's quite useful. I thought you'd have to go around just chucking it out sort of thing.
When we've got 60,000 turkeys to feed every day, that would be a lot of hand feeding. We do have predominantly females just because they're a bit more reliable on their weights. We do have quite a lot of males in there as well. The males mature at a different weight, which gives us the flexibility for sizes at Christmas. This stag here, he's displaying, obviously trying to impress some of the ladies.
So that's not because we're here. That's
yeah, it will be a bit. They try and assert their dominance in the shed, trying to show us who's boss.
The standards established over the last 50 years have led to the Copas family getting recognition for their work.
We've been incredibly fortunate to do what we do and be recognised for it over the years. I'm incredibly proud about it. But it's also quite nerve-wracking because it's your name on the box, going out and making sure that product is right, making sure it's kind of what Dad would have been happy with as well. We start to process the turkeys at the end of November, so beginning of December. We want the turkeys to be about 26 weeks old, about 6 months old. So we dry age them for about 14 days. Once that's done, we then package them up and then they're boxed up, ready to ship out for orders for Christmas.
In order to make the most of these quality birds, Tom is stepping into his kitchen to show us how to prepare the perfect Christmas turkey.
I've taken this turkey out the fridge earlier on this morning, so it's been out for like 2-3 hours. Because every time you leave it out the fridge, you gain a couple of degrees you haven't got to heat up in the oven, basically. We'll start off on the back, which is just liberal amounts of salt. Give it a rub in, and then I'm just going to flip it over. We're not brining, we're not covering bacon, not doing any of that stuff. It's just salt. So yeah. Only thing I'm going to add though is rosemary. Put a rosemary in the vent, and then I'm going to add a bit of salt in there, and that is literally ready to go. The secret is the right turkey, honestly. So I'm literally, what we're going to do, I've got the oven about 180 degrees, I'm going to put it in there for about an hour and 45 minutes. The last half an hour is the only thing I'll do something different. I'll put some water in the bottom of the roasting pan just to lift off all the gnarly juices off the bottom and start to make our gravy. Poultry forks in either side, and then you want to tip it out, just give it a good shake, get all those juices straight out into the roasting pan. There we go, into that. Now you can leave it to rest for at least half an hour, even up to an hour.
Now it's time for the tricky part, the carving.
Grab the leg by the drumstick, and then cut down the inside of the leg. The leg should just come off one piece, just like that.
Oh, the efficiency. He's done this before.
For the wing, just I pull it apart there, and it should just pop off just like that. Okay, put the carving fork in, just carve literally like that, like carving a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Kind of oversimplify it. With the skin, we're gonna make some turkey crackling. Fat side, kind of fat or the underside up. Extra bit of sea salt.
Nice.
Hot oven for 5 minutes. You can put on sandwiches or just kind of crumble it over the top or just have it as a little snack.
Yeah, nice, nice.
Gonna take cracking got nice and crispy. There you go, and then just let that just crispen up.
I'm doing that now. I'm doing that from now on.
So just kind of a little bit of gravy, turkey juice, with a little bit of cranberry in it as well.
That smells delicious.
Dig in, what do you think?
Oh, stop it. That is some of the best turkey I've ever had, to be honest. Sorry, Gran. Sorry, Dad. Boys, you want to try some? Come on in.
That was the first turkey carving that looked like a work of art. This is buttery smooth.
My God, that's so nice. Banging turkey.
That's probably the first not dry bird.
No.
That was sublime. Oh, okay. What a shame. Go off already.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Have a good one, and one for later.
When you come back in the new year and you get some like amazing feedback saying thank you for a delicious turkey and kind of Merry Christmas, that's when it all comes really worth it, because it gives you enthusiasm to get planning for next Christmas.